Hey guys, it's Lily Pad Polish, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing and demoing Double Dip's dip powder products, and I was really excited that they decided to reach out to me and send me these products to try out for you guys, because this is actually my first time trying any type of dip powders and I've heard so much good things about it, so I was really excited to try it out and see what the hype was about. And I decided to create this Skittle manicure, which, if you haven't heard of that term before, it's basically where all of your nails are a different color. And the 4 shades that they decided to send to me just so happened to go well together so perfectly. I love the way that this manicure turned out. But before we get into the tutorial, I did want to mention a little bit about Double Dip. So they are 100% cruelty free and they have vegan ingredients, which I love. You guys already know I love when brands decide to do vegan ingredients. That's just awesome. And I also have a 20% off discount code for you guys to use on doubledipstore.com, and the code is lilypad20. So I'll have it down in the description box below, and then I'll also have all of the links for all of the products that you see me using in today's video in the description box as well. So you're more than welcome to check out their website and try out some of these products that you see me use today if you are interested. So if you guys want to see how I created this Skittle manicure, then just keep on watching. So here are the products, and I actually did an unboxing live on my channel a couple of days ago, so if you missed it, I did save it on my channel, so you're more than welcome to check that out and see how this all came packaged straight out of the box. But here I'm showing you guys the 4 powders that they sent me. So they sent me the blue one, which is Light Hawaiian, the green, which is Lady's Slipper, the purple, which is Prairie Clover, and then this pink one is called Pink Panther. And you guys, this one is actually glow in the dark. I was shook when they told me in the letter that they sent me that this one was actually glow in the dark, so I was really excited to try it out because glow in the dark anything is just so cool to me. So we're going to be getting more into that later on in the video to see if it actually does glow in the dark. But aside from the powders, they also sent me a base coat, a top coat, the activator, and this mysteriously clear bottle, which we'll also figure out later on in the video. But along with that, they also sent me some tools and things like that. So a buffer, a nail filer, some orange sticks, and then also some extra polished brushes, because I do hear that your top coat brush tends to get hard after using the activator, so you have to replace the brush often. But like I said before, I've never used dip powder or dip powder products, so I'll update you guys on that. So I decided to go in with my own Beauty Secrets base coat first, because I figured that using their base coat first would have my manicure last a lot longer than I would like it to. So I went in with just a regular old base coat first, and then once that was all dry, I decided to go in with the powders. So on my pinky fingernail, I went in with this pink called Pink Panther, and like I said before, this is glow in the dark, so we'll test that later on in the video. But the first thing that you're supposed to do is apply the dip base, which is exactly what I did, and I went a little bit lower than the cuticle area because I didn't want the top of my nail to be too bulky. And then as soon as you apply it, you're supposed to go into the powder as soon as you finish basically applying the base coat. And I did this little scooping method, which I found worked best. I felt like it got most of the product on there as best as possible. And I actually did this twice. I don't really know if it made a difference, but that's just what I felt like doing. And then I used a fan brush to wipe away any extra powder before going in again with the base coat and doing a second coat. So this pink is actually the sheerest one of them all, and it might just be the type of color that is meant to be sheer, especially with this type of pink. I feel like it would look really pretty if you were going to be doing a French tip manicure as a base. So it might just be that it's meant to be sheer, but because I was going for this Skittle manicure, I did want the pink to be more pigmented than it was showing up. So I ended up doing a lot of coats, as you guys can see. see, my nail ended up being really thick because I think I did like 6 or 7 coats, which sounds crazy, but because of this dip powder method, I was able to do it really quickly, and it honestly didn't take a long time at all. So then the next one, this one is called Prairie Clover, and this is such a pretty color. It's like a lavender lilac type of color. I really like this one, and I'm going to be putting this on my ring fingernail. So doing the same thing, applying the base coat a little bit lower than the top of my nail, and then doing my little scooping method. And then I'm sort of tapping it off my finger and then going back in a second time. Again, I don't know if this is making a difference, but it just felt like the right thing to do. And then I would tap the rest off with my finger and then using a fan brush. So I see a lot of people using like a more fluffy brush to remove the extra powder, like a makeup brush or something like that, but I didn't have one on hand, so I just used this fan brush and it worked fine. So yeah, I don't know if I'm scooping it or dipping my finger correctly, but I feel like I am. If you have longer nails, I'm sure that you would have to use a different method, like possibly dip your finger in upside down or pour the powder in something a little bit bigger if your nails are really long and you're not able to cover all. But luckily my nails were on the shorter side today. I did cut them previously, so it was really easy to go in and dip it. And then for my middle fingernail, I'm going to go in with this green called Lady's Slipper. And I was actually really surprised when I opened this and saw that this is a shimmery green. So it's hard to see on camera, and then also it's just powder, so it's hard to see the shimmer in general. But once I opened it up, you can definitely see that there's like some gold sort of shimmer in it. It's super fine, like barely noticeable, but it's a really pretty touch to this green. You can see it a little bit more on my finger, the extra powder that there is, that it's sort of glimmering with that gold shimmer. So I thought that was a really pretty touch. I didn't realize that it would be a shimmer, but it honestly doesn't throw off the manicure whatsoever, even though this is shimmer and the rest are more cream colors. I think it still goes perfectly fine together, and it's just nice to see that you can still have a shimmery polish or shimmery nail even when you're using powder, you know what I mean? So I really liked this one. It was really pretty. And again, I think I did a little bit too many coats. For the pink, it was actually sheer, but with the powders, I feel like I did more coats than I needed to, and you guys will see later on in the video. But the last fingernail that I'm doing is my pointer fingernail, and this one is light Hawaiian. So doing the same thing, going a little bit lower with the base coats and then applying it a little bit higher the more coats that I do. So because this is my first time using powder, it was sort of hard for me to tell when it was fully pigmented and when it wasn't. So I feel like I did end up doing a little bit too many coats than what was necessary. I think that with the green, purple, and this blue one, I could have pretty much gotten full coverage with 2 or 3 coats, and I'm pretty sure I did like 4 or 5. And when I was doing this, when I was applying it, I didn't realize how thick my nails ended up being. But in a little bit, you'll see that I actually did end up having my nails be really thick because I just did an unnecessary amount of coats. But once I was happy with everything, with all of the colors of the powders, I went in with the activator, and this basically just hardens that dip powder so that you're able to go in and file it just to smooth down the surface. And so that is exactly what I did. I think I did this like 3 times. I'm only showing you on camera once, but I did it 3 times just to make sure that everything was all nice and set. And then here you can see how thick my nails are, especially the pink, because I did do extra coats on that one. They are really thick. So you have to go in with a nail filer to file this down, and I would suggest doing this regardless because the powder does leave the surface of your nail sort of textured. So I would file down your nail regardless, even if it's thick or not, but I ended up having to go in and file for a long time. And again, this is not the dip powder's fault. This is 100% my fault. This is my first time using it. So I did, again, apply too many extra coats than I should have. But once I was done filing it, I went in with the Dip Top Double Dip Top Coat, and I applied this on all of my nails. I did one even layer and I made sure to cap the edges. And in the instructions it does say to do 2 coats of this, which I would definitely recommend, because after 1 coat you could still see some of that texture on the nail. So applying a second coat left my nails really nice and glossy, so 100% recommend doing 2 coats of this. And I did want to mention that this top coat was a little bit weird to use. I thought that this top coat would be just like a regular nail polish top coat, but it was actually not. It was really sort of like sticky. It reminded me a little bit of like super glue. It smelled like super glue. It made my eyes water when I got too close to it, like super glue does. And then I noticed it mostly on my thumbnail, which I did off camera. When I went in with the second coat, the first coat wasn't completely dry, and then it left these like weird white patches and it was super textured. So you really do have to be careful with this top coat. So yeah, and it dries like super glue on the skin as well, which was kind of weird. I don't know, maybe the ingredients are just really similar to that of like super glue. But I wonder if you can just use regular nail polish top coat, because personally I would have preferred to do that, but I'm not sure if that would ruin the dip powder manicure. So if you know, definitely let me know in the comments down below, because I would definitely prefer to just go in with a regular nail polish top coat. But I will say I was really happy with how glossy these left my nails, because you guys already know I love my nails the glossiest the better. So yeah, these left my nails really glossy after the second coat. You just have to be careful with applying your second coat, making sure that it's 110% dry. No lint or pieces of hair can even touch the surface of your nail, or else it's over. So after your top coat is 100% dry, your nails will probably be really dry as well because of all of that filing and everything that we did. So you're going to need some cuticle oil. So this mysteriously clear bottle ended up being cuticle oil, which I later figured out after I opened it and I smelled tea tree, which is something that is commonly found in most cuticle oils, and then also it just felt oily. So 99.9% sure that this is cuticle oil, which was 100% necessary after all of that filing that we did. So once you're all done with that and your nails are nice and hydrated, you're all done with your manicure. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and this review slash demo slash first impressions of these double dip powders. I know I said it like 101 times that this was my first time doing dip powders, but I really wanted to mention that just because I obviously didn't do everything perfectly, and if there was some things that I could improve upon and you guys know, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But I was honestly really in love with all of these products, especially for a beginner. I thought there was sort of going to be a learning curve to dip powders, which is why I hadn't tried it before previously, but this was honestly so easy to use, and despite the like 7 coats that I did on my nails, it didn't take a long time at all, and I felt like it was really easy to use for someone who has never used it before. So if this is something that you're interested in, I would definitely check out Double Dip because it's so easy to use. Again, I can't speak for other brands that have dip powders, but I know that for me this was really easy to use and this was my first time, so I'm sure that this would be easy for you guys to use as well if it's something that you're interested in trying out. Oh, and I almost forgot about the glow-in-the-dark powder. So as you guys saw, I only applied it to my pinky fingernail, and then off camera I applied it to my thumb. thumb fingernail, and it actually does glow in the dark. I was really surprised because I've tried so many glow in the dark nail products and they never work, and if they do, it's like just barely. But this glows in the dark so brightly. I don't have the best quality camera, so it's sort of hard to see, but in person it is really bright. I was like going to sleep and my nails were glowing, which is awesome. I want like 10 more of these because I just think it's so cool. But yes, these do actually glow in the dark. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all for this video. Like I said in the beginning, I'll have links for everything down in the description box below, as well as the 20% off coupon code that you guys can use, which is lilypad20. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I did. It was really fun to try out these products, and I was really happy with the way that my manicure turned out. You guys know that I'm always honest, so I'd be really sad if I didn't like these products, but I actually really did, and I can 100% see myself using these on the regular as opposed to nail polish for when I want a longer lasting manicure. So if that's something that you guys are interested, definitely check out their products, even if you've never tried dip powders before. Like I said, these are beginner friendly, so definitely check them out if you're interested. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and enjoyed my little review / demo of these products. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one very soon. Bye.